This podcast is part of Another Happy Studios,
the home of podcasts with passion.
Chicken boona, lamb boona, prawn boona, mushroom rice, bag of chips, keema naan, and 9 poppadoms. Hey folks, welcome to the Fishing Trip Files, a Gavin and Stacey podcast brought to you by Another Happy Studios. This is a podcast where every other week we like to take a look back at the wonderful, hilarious, and silly little British sitcom that is Gavin and Stacey. My name's Pierce, and I've been a lifelong fan of the show. But for my co-hosts, it's their very first time watching. Speaking of co-hosts, hailing all the way from the USA, I'm joined by the one-of-a-kind Ari. How the hell are you doing, Ari?
That's me. I'm pretty good. Living life.
Living life? Living large? How's Texas?
How's Texas? I mean, it's Texas, you know. It is what it is.
And of course, dialing in from the exotic land of Canada, we are joined by the brilliant Maylena. Maylena, how the hell are you doing?
I'm alright, how are you?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good, thank you.
You gonna ask me how Canada is, or what's going on?
How's Quebec? How's Montreal? How's...
Bro, we just got doxed.
I was gonna get more specific, but I figured it's probably...
Look at my exact address there.
How's 123 Maylena Road?
It's cold. How's the UK?
It's the perfect temperature.
Yeah, you would say that.
But why... we're not here to talk about the weather. Why are we here? We're here to talk about...
I'm here to talk about Stacey, personally.
TV show called Gavin and Stacey. It's like this kind of niche British show that ran like for a few years in the mid 2000s, and you know, yeah.
All right. So May's just here to talk about Stacey. Ari, you're here to talk about both Gavin and Stacey. I'm also going to be talking about both Gavin and Stacey in this episode of the podcast.
God damn it.
May, you're going to be out of the conversation.
And yet I feel like I'm still going to talk more than both of you.
We're here to talk about season 3, episode 2 of Gavin and Stacey, aired on the 3rd of December 2009. We're getting into winter. Do we know the title of the episode? Do we want to guess it? Can we play this game? Can we get 2 on the trot?
Yeah, May nailed it last time.
I was so excited when that happened, man.
That was crazy. Let's go with the visit to London. I don't know.
The visit to London? Okay.
Indian Night.
Indian Night.
Ooh.
Yeah, I knew you weren't going to get this one. This one's really weird. It's weird. One of those ones that's titled after a really minor plot point. It's just called Job Interview.
That's good because I for a second there I thought, because my first guess before I changed was like golf, and then I was like, no, because they don't actually do golf in that episode. And when you were like, it's actually titled after something really minor, I was like, there's no fucking way.
Pierce, I think you should have to guess something about the episode as well.
Yeah.
What should I have to guess?
I don't know. I just think it's an imbalance of power that May and I always have to guess.
I'll tell you what, maybe I should guess the episode length.
Okay.
I feel like you know these.
I don't. I promise I don't.
All right, go for it. How long do you think this episode is?
Okay. I'm going to guess 26 minutes, 47 seconds.
All right.
Okay, and now I have to check it.
No, it's not. I know this. It's 28 minutes.
What did I say? 24
26.
minutes? 26.
That's embarrassing.
You were way off.
Yeah, I was way off, man. You guys did better than me.
Okay.
Do you have any overall thoughts on Job Interview?
This was a lot more entertaining than last episode, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was very engaged. It felt like I was like, speaking of like how the runtime, like I kept thinking it must be almost over because like so much had happened, and I was like, oh wow, no, there's still like more to this episode.
Yeah, it's very dense, isn't it? I like it.
Yeah.
May?
I agree. I wouldn't say it's like, oh my god, best episode ever, but I really liked it. It was good.
Okay.
A lot of fun stuff happening.
Okay.
I'll bring this up as overall thoughts as well, maybe. A key thing that I knew about the show going in was that there was a big episode involving Indian food.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
Yes, this one.
Barring specials, when people ask me what my favourite episode of Gavin and Stacey is, this is always the first episode that pops into my head. It's certainly what I imagine most people would call the most iconic episode of the show. Like, you get some it's especially the scene where they're ordering the curry. Like, that is so iconic. Like, most of the UK will have at least seen that one scene. Well, that might be an exaggeration, but you get the point. It's I love the episode. You get some amazing looks at the characters. Like, they're so well established now, and like everything they do makes sense for them as a character. It does lack some Bryn and Gwen. Like, that's the only downside of it I can see.
But when they're in the episode, they're really good.
yeah, absolutely. It's unreal moments. You get some amazing comedy, and I mean, please excuse my language, but it is just the bee's knees. I love
it. Come on, man. There are children watching
this. This is a podcast for children.
All right, do you want to get into it?
Fuck yeah.
So we open up on Stacey in bed. She's waking up, and she's having a slow realization that she's feeling a bit, quote unquote, empty.
Yeah. Speaking of empty, Gavin didn't fuck her this morning.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm fucking saying. That was the joke I was making.
Okay, never mind then. Cut it out. Cut my thing
out. Yeah, she calls Gavin up, and she's like, "Dude, what the fuck? You didn't rail me this morning. What's going on?"
Yeah, she mentions being into, I don't know if you guys know about this, CNC, and if you don't know about this, cut this out.
Well, yeah. Not so much CNC, because that would like imply.
Yeah. Well, because she's into like. If
I don't
want
to be too graphic. Yeah, but that's got a different name.
Listen, it's under the umbrella of CNC because she's unconscious.
Okay, all right.
A lot about this. So Gavin and Stacey, right? Last episode, they're like, we want to have a baby. So the plan is they're gonna have sex twice a day. It does not matter if Stacey is awake; they just have to have sex twice a day.
Yeah, that's true. When she says, like, even if I'm asleep, like Gavin raises his eyebrow in a really funny way. He's like, oh, let me. I didn't know that was on the cards. All right.
And then she tells him not to complain about it, and he's like, I'm not going to complain. Don't worry. Don't worry about me.
But then she's like, we'll like do like some like proper ones as well with like candles and masks, and Gavin is like really put off by the idea of wearing masks.
I mean, I feel like no, I'm not going to get into my sexual preferences.
Yeah.
It's been 5 minutes, and Pierce has mentioned his sexual life twice.
Typical The Fishing Trip Files episode.
Back in school, we used to use back in fucking like graphics class and stuff when we design models of stuff, and we'd get them like the old version of 3D printing. It was called a CNC machine. So that initialism is always like it fires off two different parts of my brain at the same time. Funny. It's weird.
For sure. They're not the same thing, though. CNC, in this case, doesn't stand for whatever the fuck the other one stands for.
Yeah. But then, they do some planning about what they're going to do later in the day, and then we cut to titles.
Hell yeah. And the next scene, we're in Barry. And Bryn's like looking at all of the like people outside and stuff. He's like, people watching. That fucking power stance is amazing.
Yeah, this is just really cute. The way he's just car watching out the window.
Like, what is it about boomers and doing this, man? Like, this is a real thing that they will do. Like,
I don't know.
They'll just stand at the window and commentate what they see everyone doing to everyone else in the room.
My grandparents don't do
Listen,
this.
I'm telling you this because my partner is 100% like listening to this episode, and I know he's like probably yelling at the screen. I do the same fucking thing. I love. It's actually like a stereotype of my hometown that everybody loves doing this shit. And when I was growing up, I was like, this is fucking stupid. And then when I got my first apartment, first instinct was like, oh my god, there's someone outside our apartment. Let's check the peephole. Sometimes I'll hear noises out in the hall and I'll like run to the peephole and check who it is.
Oh my god.
But okay, so there was a joke I missed when I was rewatching the first time I watched it. I noticed when I was rewatching. So the second person he mentions is like this woman, and she's taking her daughter to somewhere or something, and Gwen is like, and she has the dog, and Bryn is like, yeah, she has to. She's blind.
Yeah. It's really funny, isn't it? It's like very subtle. It doesn't even feel like a joke the way he says it.
Because the first, I clocked it the first time, but I had forgotten that she was supposed to be driving, so it didn't, like, get any reaction from me.
Oh, wait, does he say she's driving?
He implies, he's like, look at all these people driving around. There's this woman, and there's this woman, and she's taking your niece, and they have a dog because she's blind.
Okay, I thought they were separate. Like, the way I understand it is that they're separate things. Like, he's saying, oh, there's a lot of cars. Okay. And Bernie's going out. She's taking Emily Rose as well. Like, he's seeing her walk out of her door.
I don't know. I watched it twice, and it sounded to me like he was saying they were driving, but...
Okay, fair enough.
Right.
But yeah, what do we get next? We get a certain counter goes up by 1.
Yes.
Oh, the omelet counter? Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, the omelet. Yeah.
What are we at now?
12. This is the 12th one.
Holy shit.
This is the first omelet since the season 2 finale when Nessa had Neil the baby.
Is this like leftover beef omelet or something?
Yeah, strange combination, beef and egg. Oh, but you guys in America, you have steak and eggs for as a breakfast thing.
Yeah, it doesn't strike me as like too crazy, but
yeah, it's not mind blowing. But
Stacey comes in and she's got an interview going on. She said she hasn't interviewed since she was 17. Is that implying that like when she met Gavin, the job that she had since the age of 17, basically, or that she didn't interview for that job?
I imagine that she she like probably had like an intern position there when she was 17, and then like she got like a couple promotions.
Oh, yeah, that's a good shout.
And so then,
that might have been it.
Then like she had like a decent job by the time she was in her 20s.
Stacey's all basically like she's panicked about the interview because she hasn't interviewed in so long, and this is so funny with the context that she's going for an interview at a cafe. Like it's such a nothing job, and she's like stressing about it so much. She's like,
I don't know, man. I just got through the job application process, and I applied to so many jobs, and like towards the end, I started just applying to random retail jobs, and those ones were just as intense. They wanted like,
oh really?
You know, they wanted applications and interviews and like this and this.
Jesus.
Like it was like intimidating. The job market right now is just crazy. Everyone's applying for jobs.
When I interviewed for my first job at the restaurant's called A&W, which like it's a burger place if you guys don't know, but I like my mom took it very seriously. She was like, no, you're gonna wear a nice shirt, you're gonna wear like the little professional little suit jacket you put over like a little suit there, and like some nice pants. And then I showed up and it was taken very seriously. They were like how come you haven't had a job, how come you don't have any prior work experience? And I was like, I'm 15, brother. My prior work experience was like I babysat some people and like I volunteered at a golf course once.
I didn't know you worked at A&W.
Oh, very briefly. So what happened was I worked there for a month.
Set her off now.
Pierce,
I got fired because I wouldn't make eye contact and because I wouldn't learn the burgers. But mostly because I wouldn't make eye contact, and apparently when I was pissed off at a customer, you could very much tell.
I worked at Burger King for a hot minute during the pandemic, and I did. It was a real interview. Like I filled out an online application, and they wanted me to come in and interview. It was like 20 minutes. They did hire me on the spot, though. They were like, "Yeah,
hell yeah,
come in."
Yeah, I think they hired me on the spot.
But I think it's more competitive now than it was during the pandemic.
Yeah, makes sense. But Bryn suggests doing like a little role play scenario to like get Stacey in the groove, and they agree, and then we go to Dave's caravan.
Wait, May, can I ask you a practice interview question?
Hell yeah, let's go.
Go for it.
What would you say are like your greatest weaknesses when it comes to work?
My answer to this is usually like I've worked from home for most of my life, so I'm just not very used to an office setting because then they go like, oh well, that can be taught, and then I'm like, oh, that's crazy. oh, my weaknesses are like inconsequential. That's crazy. Wait until you hear my strengths. and then all of my strengths are like stuff that they actually give a fuck about.
That's actually really good. That's a really good answer.
Ari, what's your greatest weakness?
What's my greatest weakness?
Yes.
I don't know. I answered, so I just did like 20 interviews, and every time they asked this, I think I gave a bad answer. As I would try to think of answers beforehand, and then they'd ask it, and I'd just completely forget. And they'd be like, "What's your greatest weakness?" And it'd be like, "And then I suck at working," or something.
Pierce, what's your greatest weakness?
I don't like working.
No, Pierce, this is a job interview.
Pierce, I'm like scouting out like someone to make my website, and I just have a couple of questions to get your vibe. I need to know what your greatest weakness is.
My greatest weakness. I'll tell you what. In that scenario, I would say my greatest weakness is that you never know when I'm going to be awake or asleep. Like you can message me at 4 a.m. and it is 50-50 whether I'm going to reply or not.
I feel like genuinely, if this was an interview and I was like, I want you to make my website, and I was like, what's your weakness? And you said it's 50-50 whether I'll be awake or asleep. I'd be like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. I'd be like, oh, there's a possibility that like at 2 a.m. I have an issue and you're there. That's crazy.
No.
But yeah, Dave's Caravan.
Yeah, I did predict a few episodes back that they would try to make me hate Dave from Dave's Coaches so that I could then ship Nessa and Smithy, and boy was I right. Boy was I dead on there. Some points for me.
What does Dave do in this?
He's being a little piss baby about the fact that he wasn't invited to London and shit. And he's like,
no, Dave.
And they keep bickering like back and forth, like Dave from Dave's Coaches, like I don't know, made Nessa walk a lot or some shit. Like
I don't think he's pissed that he wasn't invited. I think he's pissed that Nessa didn't tell him that she was going, which is pretty valid. Like if you're going away for the whole weekend,
but like you're clearly supposed to be like, come on, Dave, shut the fuck up, you little bitch, baby.
Okay.
Can we go through this one beat by beat, because I've got a lot of notes on it.
Okay, yeah,
Let's
cool. So,
yeah.
Neil Jenkins is staying with them.
Yes. So, he's watching a little nature doc, which is very fun.
Oh, is he? I didn't see what he was watching. I will say that Neil Jenkins, he says the most Welsh sentence in the world. He says, "Let's have a little cutch with your bampy, is it?"
It's very cute.
It's like he turns it into a question at the end.
Well, so Pierce, you gave us some homework for this episode, and I don't know when you want to talk about it.
Oh, okay. If you don't know, if you didn't catch on to it, we can talk about it. I'll mention it when it comes up.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nessa comes in and she starts talking to Neil, her dad. And I just love how Nessa is with people. She's so funny because Neil says that he's probably going to be hitting the road sometime soon. And she's like, yeah, good, because you've overstayed your welcome already.
Frankly, you've overstayed your welcome.
Yeah.
And the dad doesn't even look like upset about it. He's just like,
fair enough. Yeah. I love, it tells you a lot about their relationship, just that one interaction. It's good shit.
So Neil's moving on to take a role in Midsummer Murders.
I love this, like, it's not a subplot, but like just like this background lore that Neil is like a notorious extra. Like it's just adds nice little texture to the character. I like it.
Yeah, he's a struggling actor.
He's Midsummer Murders, there's just like a million episodes of, right?
I don't actually know anything about Midsummer Murders.
I know a little bit. I imagine it's a similar audience in the US to in the UK, but here, like, if you go to the public library in like the DVD section, it's full of Midsummer Murders, because like the old people,
oh really?
That's what the old people watch. Is like
they love that shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's I think there's like a million seasons of it, because it's
amazing. Neil Jenkins knows John Nettles apparently, which is. It's good.
I don't know what John Nettles is.
There's this TV show. I don't know much about this. There's this TV show called Bergerac, which is about like a detective or something. It was a key plot point in a Black Mirror episode from a little while ago.
What Black Mirror is that?
The Scottish one. I can't remember what it's called. Loch Henry, is that it?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know which one you're talking about. The one with the documentary, eh?
Yeah, that's the one. But then we go to Gavin's office.
Yes. And Owain has taken some pictures of him.
It's so good, man. I gotta be honest, like I relate so hard to Owain here.
Yeah.
Like he's taking his job so seriously. He's got like a real passion for making shit look as good as he can. And like Gavin, it's just like a photo on the company's website, so he doesn't really care. And I'm like, I see you, Owain Hughes. I see you, and I appreciate you.
I will say, I love it. I love it when people like are like offer to take my picture and stuff. Like,
oh really?
Yeah, I think that's I like to have like photos of myself where it's not just a selfie. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I get that. When I took my my LinkedIn profile picture, the black and white one, I tried to make that look as not like a selfie as possible. It's not iconic. Shut up.
Yeah, no, that gives taken by someone else, I would say.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, sorry. We missed something last scene. That I think is somewhat important. The wedding is going to be in June. Did we talk about that?
Yes, we did. I did have a note about that, but I didn't find a place to slot it in. Yeah,
I feel like we should just have that ironed out for the timeline. It's the wedding is going to be in June.
Sometime in June. I don't know how long it's been since this episode and the last episode. I think we can assume like a week or two. So it's still sort of January at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, and they do say later on that it's freezing, so that makes sense. January. Freezing.
So it's been almost a year since Gavin and Stacey met.
When the fuck did they meet?
I don't know.
They meet
Gavin
in like
and Stacey.
They met five or 6 weeks before April.
Wait, no. Wait, hang on. April. Fucking. So they announced they were getting married, and it was 8 weeks from the wedding, which was in April. So yeah, it was about 10 weeks before April was when they first met, roughly.
And that's like mid-January. Well, March. February. Yeah, it's like mid-January-ish. So
they've only known each other for a year, yeah.
Anyway, if there's one thing they say about Owen Hughes, he never gets in your way.
That's good shit. And he just stands there while the phone's ringing.
I actually love this character. Like, he's been in 2 scenes so far, and like every time he's on screen, I'm like, oh fuck yes.
I will say also, we get a couple shots of Gavin's desk, right?
Oh yeah, any knickknacks?
Yes.
Oh,
I was right. He added knickknacks to his desk. I don't know. I didn't take note of what they were, but there were a lot of knickknacks.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Next week I want notes.
Okay.
But Owen Hughes does actually eventually leave the office, and Gavin picks up the phone and tell him Wagwan blood, who killing him in the UK? Everybody gonna say UK. Reluctantly, because most of this press don't.
With me.
Estelle was said to me, go down, don't act a fool now. I was like a fool, ow, ain't nothing new now. Be crazy, I know what you're thinking. Rap singer, I know what you're drinking. Rap singer, chain blinger, holler at the next chick soon as you're blinking. What's your persona about this Americana? Rhyme and my shadow, cause all my clothes designer, dressed smart like a London bloke before he speak his suit he spoke, and he thought he was cute before. Look at this Pico, tell me he's broke. Woo! And I know you ain't into all that. I heard your lyrics, I feel your spirit, but I still talk that cat ash, cause a lot of wags wanna hear it. And I'm feeling like Mike at his baddest, like the pips that they gladdest, but I know they love it, so the hell with all that rubbish. Yeah! Hell yeah!
That's another check off the fucking playlist there.
Oh really? I love when Gavin picks up the phone. I love his face because he's like, "Oh, what am I in for now?" He's like, "Oh, fuck's sake, they're off on one."
But then he joins in, which is really funny.
Yeah. He has a good time with it. Yeah. Turns out they've been working on that for 2 or 3 weeks, which is a lot, I would say. That's quite a long time to work on.
My headcanon for this was just that because they're siblings, it always devolves into fighting. So it's like they'll do one line and then they'll like fight and then they'll be like, let's pick it up tomorrow.
That's so funny. That's so true. Oh my god, I think that's probably it.
That's like I heard that line and I was like, sibling shit.
But then there's the fucking Border Collie Carol Vorderman thing. Do you guys get this?
No.
Do you know Border Collie is a dog, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That part bridges the cultural divide, yeah.
Because I said both and you said like, no, I have no idea. So I was just making sure. But worked on, Countdown, the TV show Countdown? Is that a thing you're aware of?
I know of it, yeah.
I've heard of it, but I don't really know what it is.
It's a game show, but it's like a intellectual thing. Like there's you have to make anagrams and like you have to do maths and stuff. And Carol Vorderman worked as a co-presenter on Countdown. She's like really fucking good at maths.
Oh, I know of her. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. Yeah. Fucking when I was like 8 or 9, I had some like study books for maths, which were like made by her or something. It had a picture of her on the front, like. So yeah, that's Carol Borderman, and Rudy says he's Carol Borderman. It's funny.
It's good. I like that. Like throughout this entire scene, Rudy is such a hype woman for Smithy. Like he'll be like, I'm fucking bored. She's like, yeah, he's a border collie. And then later on, he gets yelled at for being in like a disabled parking space. And he's like, I'm too. It's because I'm fat. She's like, yeah, have you seen him?
Yeah, she's like, she backs him, man. I love it.
The disabled parking space bit was funny, but I think we do have to add that. We do have to add that to Smithy's crimes. So
we can talk about that in a second, because just before that they start making arrangements for the evening.
Oh yeah,
like
I was going to bring this
talking
up.
about stuff, and Smithy makes sure to ask whether Nessa will be there tonight. It's very nice acting from James Corden there. It's like just the perfect level of subtle on the delivery of that. He's like, is Nessa there? Like he's trying to make him. Smithy is trying to make it sound like he doesn't care that much, but he's very clearly, very intentionally asking that question.
Yeah.
So they get in the car, and I had this question for Pierce. Rudy is like, we're like Romeo ready or something, and I didn't.
Oh, Romeo done, yeah.
Romeo done. What is that?
Yeah.
Explain.
This is a tricky one, okay? Because I've
I tried to look it up and I didn't get anything.
Oh really? Yeah. Okay. So I've done the same thing, because this is not the last time that people in this show will say Romeo done. Let me tell you, it's said a few times in this show, and it's I say it now. I Romeo done is part of my vocabulary, even though I don't really have any clue where it comes from. But the only thing that I know, the only thing that I can think of is that there is a song somewhere. Let me find it. Hang on. So there's a song by the So Solid crew. I don't know, there's a group or something. A song called 21 Seconds, and on verse 8, one of the members of the group is called Romeo, and Romeo does verse 8 on this song, and he ends the verse with the phrase Romeo done.
Oh, okay. That's
so I don't know whether it's a reference to that, or it's just one of those things that, James Corden and Ruth Jones just put into the script because they find it funny for some reason. Well, I suppose we'll never know for sure unless Ruth Jones decides to finally accept our request to come onto this podcast. Please, Ruth
Jones,
please. I need the answers. But it's become part of my vocabulary as well.
Since you're the closest, I feel like you should just like do some detective work and figure out like some places Ruth Jones likes to hang out and just like wait around for her.
I don't want to get a stalking charge, please.
For the podcast, Pierce. For the podcast.
What I want to know from you guys is, who is the biggest criminal here, right? Is it Smithy for parking in a disabled space, or is it the guy who calls him out on it with baseless accusations?
Smithy. I think it's Smithy. You
think so?
I think so.
Yeah.
I would say, imagine if Smithy had been disabled.
No, it's the guy who calls him out.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. But okay, how does it work in the UK? Do you need like a placard?
I don't. Okay, so you do now. I know for sure you do at this point in time, like in the year of our Lord 2025. But I don't know what the rules were back in 2009.
Okay, if you need a placard and Smithy doesn't have one, then Smithy is the asshole for parking in the spot. Smithy's the asshole either way. But make no mistake, I'm not saying that Smithy isn't as an arsehole. Smithy is a criminal here. In the situation you don't need a placard, then they both suck.
But who sucks more?
I don't know, man. They both suck.
Okay. All right.
I guess omnipotently Smithy sucks more, because omnipotently we know that like Smithy didn't need that disabled parking space. But in terms of like interaction, I think that guy, if you need a placard, Smithy sucks more because he didn't have a placard. And if you don't need a placard, that guy calling him out sucks more because some disabilities are #invisible.
Because, I think if you do need a placard, then the guy calling him out is a good person for being like, hey, why are you parking there? Like, you don't have a placard. A disabled person could need to park there.
Yeah.
Like, because I can imagine, like, because obviously this guy who calls Smithy out, surely this isn't the first time he's done this. Bro goes around and calls out people, and like one day he's going to be wrong. One day someone's going to be disabled.
How do you know he does this on the regular? Maybe he just noticed that Smithy didn't have a placard and was in the space.
Maybe that guy's disabled, and he's like, "Come on, man, I'm trying to use this fucking parking space."
No, they do
dickhead.
say. I think they say that, or I don't know.
If you saw someone without a placard parked in a disabled space, would you call them out on it?
No, but I do think that that's maybe a failing on my part.
Oh, really? Okay, interesting.
I think the best thing to do in that situation might be to be like, hey, like politely be like, hey, like, just so you know, like, that is a disabled spot. Like, do you know where you're parking right now?
This just made me think of the fucking... Have you guys... I might have sent this to you, I'm not sure. The Minty Biscuit radio thing?
Yes. You sent it to us and you said, May, that's you.
I was so right. Look at me. I was so right. That is you. You just won't shut up.
I remember a Minty Biscuit thing, but I don't remember exactly what it was. Can you remind me?
I won't be able to explain it without like.
Should we just watch it? We can just watch it.
Yeah. Fuck it. Let's just listen.
Here we go, boys. Let's play Minecraft while we're at it.
Amazing. That was so worth it.
It's good shit.
I hate you guys. That's not how I am at all.
Listeners, if you haven't heard the Minty Biscuit radio call, just search on YouTube like Minty Biscuit, and it'll be the first result. Yeah. It's good shit.
And I want to specify that that's not the type of person I am, because that's a comedian exaggerating the yapping on purpose.
To break the illusion, it's not a real person. It's a comedian who calls in, but. It's very funny. But then it is time to go back to Barry and have the mock interview with Stacey.
This is so good.
What a great scene that is.
Superb scene. It's amazing. Breen is taking this shit serious. He's fully in character. It's the best thing.
He has an evil persona as well. He calls himself Declan, which I said like that was like evil Bryn. That's where he gets all of his hatred and anger out.
Not only Declan, he calls himself Declan McPartlin, which is a reference to. Do you guys know Ant and Dec?
No.
Okay, they're like they're a presenting duo in the UK. They're very, very famous in the UK at least. They do a lot of stuff like Britain's Got Talent and X Factor and stuff. They're the guys in the wings, like cheering the contestants on and like talking to them before and after they go on and stuff. And they're very well known. Declan, they're called Ant and Dec, right? So it's Declan Donnelly is his last name, and Ant McPartlin. So for some reason they fused their names together, and Declan McPartlin. And then Gwen also gets a persona, Sandra Toxvig. Do you guys know who Sandra Toxvig is?
No.
Ah, Ari, I thought you would. Sandy from Bake Off.
Remind me.
Noel Fielding's friend, like there's two of them. From a few years ago,
yeah. I don't know if I watched that season all the way through, but yes, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she was on for a few seasons. But
I like, by the way, if you look at behind, I believe it's behind Stacey. There's a picture of Jason.
Huh.
Oh yeah, there's a few photos on there. I did notice. I don't know whether it's in this episode or another episode, but I did notice there's a photo of Doris up there as well.
Aww.
Which is very sweet.
Yeah, Bryn breaks, I assume, a law. I don't know if the UK is different, but over here in Canada, we cannot ask people we're interviewing why they were engaged 5 times.
And Stacey's response is like, oh, well, they wouldn't say that, Uncle Bryn, come on. And then he just stays in, like, his commitment is great. Yeah, exactly. He's like, who the fuck's Uncle Bryn? I'm Declan. His commitment is just next level.
I mean, it is a good plan. Like, she's nervous about the interview, and he's like trying to give her a worst case scenario. Yeah. And I guess, somebody breaking the law, asking about your previous marriages, and then like not hiring you based off of that would be the worst case scenario.
But yeah, Bryn is like, you know what we're looking for. Get out of here, you fucking loser. We don't want anything to do with you, piece of shit. And Stacey walks out. But then we go to the real quote unquote interview on the island. The dog is there. We see the dog.
Yeah.
The interview is just like, so you can make tea and coffee, right?
And that's it. But I mean, again, like we didn't know that that's how the interview would have gone. So I feel like I'm on Bryn's side. I think
I'm always on Bryn's side. I'm always on Bryn's side though.
Yeah.
The guy who interviews her, Marco, is played by Johnny Tudor, and this is a fun thing. Let's find out whether you guys actually pay attention to me or whether this has all been a waste of time.
No.
Do you guys know which Gavin and Stacey character Johnny Tudor previously played? He's already been in Gavin and Stacey as another character.
Is he the waiter at the Italian restaurant?
No, not quite.
I don't pay attention to you. Let's just skip the whole part.
This has all been a waste of time.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
He played Dye, the bingo caller from season 2. Yeah. I will say that I didn't know this until I looked it up. So when I found out who played Dye, the bingo caller in season 2, I didn't know until then. So yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. So Stacey calls out Bryn for like overdoing it in the practice interview, and Bryn goes like, "That was actually Declan, first of all." Bitch.
Yeah, he's still committed to it. He's like, "It wasn't me."
Second of all, I was just giving you a worst case scenario. And we arrive at the location that they're going to, which is the trailer park. And this is what the homework was all about.
Yes. May, did you pick up on it?
Yeah. So in the scene that Pierce made us watch, so it's a scene where the boys, including Bryn, are talking about the Welsh language and shit, and just learning languages in general. So there's 2 callbacks in this episode to this scene. And the first one is that Bryn mentions that he does not know Welsh other than one specific sentence, which is like, "I would like a coffee," or some shit like that. So when they arrive at the location in the episode that we're watching right now, they get out of the car and some woman shouts some fucking Welsh at Bryn, and Bryn replies with the exact same sentence that he said in season 1, episode 3. He was like, "That's the only Welsh I know." And it's very funny because then he turns around and Stacey's like, "What the fuck did you just say? Did she say?" And he's like, "I don't fucking know."
Rodwin Hoffy Coffee.
I'm gonna be honest, that all went over my head.
Oh really? Did you watch season 1 episode, like the part of the episode?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, it's a very minor scene in the show. It's not like I just thought you would appreciate it.
Now, was the second callback on like, was that part of like, oh, here's why you gotta rewatch that episode?
No, I was confused about that. What's the second callback?
We'll get to it.
Okay.
We'll get to it. It's very minor. Okay. It's very minor.
Look forward to that. Oh, I know what it is.
Shut up. No, you don't.
I know what it is.
No, you don't.
No. Oh, I do. I'll mention it when it comes up.
You'll mention it? All right, sick. I'm very excited about this. Because what if we have different ones?
Then there'll be 3. Look at this. But they walk up to Dave's caravan. Dave's outside with Neil the baby, and he's like, "Ness will be with you in a moment. She's doing a reading." Like, Ness is now a fortune teller as well.
Yeah.
She's always got odd little jobs. I love it.
Yeah, and she does say that like she's making all of it up.
Yeah. I love that she admits
Very
that.
good.
She's just open about it.
My mom went to go see a fortune teller once, and she believes in fortune telling, and I don't. And she said,
so does my mom.
She said to me, she was like, well, because she went to go see the fortune teller when I was like 14 or 15. And so recently we were talking about it, and she was like, well, she got some stuff right. She said that you were going to turn out to be like LGBT. And I was like, Mom, you know how I was dressed back in the fucking day. Like, I was in the house when you were getting your fortune read. I'm sure the fortune teller just looked at my outfit and made an educated guess.
Is that such a crazy thing for a fortune teller to say though? Like, your child is gay.
Imagine if you weren't. and you went back, and they're like, "No, you just haven't got there yet."
Listen, not to dump all over fortune tellers, but that's exactly what the fuck. It's just so vague that it's like, let's say I didn't come out, I could still be gay and just not know it. So like either way, she's right.
I was gonna say, imagine if she had said that you were gay and you weren't gay, and then like your mom spent her entire life like waiting for
you're secretly gay.
And I should tell you guys, it was so obvious that at the same time that this fortune telling thing happened, my mom and grandma had a bet about not whether I'd come out, but when I'd come out. so like that's like saying I predict that the sky is blue. Like
but no, I don't really fuck with fortune telling. It freaks me out a little bit. I'm like, it's not that I believe in it, but it's like, why would you mess with that? Like, just what if it is?
Yeah.
What if it?
I don't like it because you guys know I like Darren Brown a lot. And like he's done a number of specials now where he like goes to fortune tellers, and because he knows he does what fortune tellers do, but he doesn't dress it up. He explains how he's doing it, and like, I'm just reading signals, like I'm reading your body language. When I get something right, I can see when I've got it right because you react to it, and I can play off of that and extrapolate and interpolate the information, and I just I can make it look like that I'm telling the future or whatever. And because he knows that's how they do it, he's able to like tear them down, and he's done it a few times where he's like gone one-on-one with fortune tellers and like explained it to them how they're doing it as they're doing it to him, and it's really good. Like it's good shit.
Yeah, there's like a specific thing that I'm thinking of. I don't know if she was like saying that she was a fortune teller or like a ghost whisperer or whatever, but like she was like on TV for being like a famous fortune teller or whatever, and this journalist had this thing where she was like, she came up to her with like a picture of a little girl and was like, this little girl is missing, you need to help us find this little girl. And the fortune teller, or the lady, the medium or whatever, she was like, the little girl is actually dead, she died in the water. And then later on, the journalist was like, actually, that was a picture of me as a kid. So, like, what the fuck? And you can tell, you guys should watch this video. The face of, like, the lady just, like, fucking drops as she's like, that's you? And she, like, ends the interview. So, like, I don't like it because it's, like, it goes into, like, dangerous territory sometimes. Where it's, like, had that been an actual missing girl, that could have, like, derailed the fucking investigation if they took her seriously.
Yeah, it's predatory is what it is. It's, like, just preying off people's emotions and, like, their grief and shit. It's gross. But in Gavin and Stacey, everyone goes inside the caravan, and Ness offers Stacey a cider, and she's like, nah, I don't want to drink because of health reasons. And Nessa just goes, stop being a twat, and then Stacey apologizes. Yeah. Don't be a twat, Stacey. Yeah, sorry. Bryn's talking about how much he likes the vibe of the caravan. You guys ever been in a caravan, or is that like more of a UK thing? RVs, you guys?
I don't know. I've been in one in my life.
Yeah, I've been to a few. We have like back when I did like tournaments, there's like a tournament in Tetford Mines, which is like I don't know why I said the name of the town. You guys don't know what that is. There's like a yearly tournament that's like a few hours from my house. We have to like drive like 5 or 6 hours to get to it, and so we usually just like rent out like a caravan or something, and we like sleep in there for the whole weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I think I've told you guys this in the past, but when I was a kid, my dad's work used to own a caravan in a Haven holiday park in Great Yarmouth.
Yes.
You guys won't probably know what that is, but
you showed us a picture.
Yeah.
Oh, have I ever? Yeah, it's like a bunch of caravans with a swimming pool, some restaurants, an arcade. Like you get the vibe. So yeah, my dad's work would let employees rent that caravan for a couple of weeks a year for dirt cheap. So we used to go there every year, and one year, I remember my parents brought, like, I think it was like the season 1 box set of Gavin and Stacey along, and I just, during the like 10 days we were there or whatever, I watched the absolute shit out of it. So basically, that's how Gavin and Stacey became my comfort show, pretty much. So whenever I hear this, like the Stephen Fretwell song play, it always takes me back to that caravan. It's good vibes.
Was that the first time you had seen Gavin and Stacey, or just the first time that you like got obsessed with it?
That was the first time I got obsessed. I'd seen it before that, but that was the first time I watched it a lot. Like, you know. But yeah, Neil comes back from the shower, and they're talking about how they saw him on TV recently again. Like,
this is Bryn's little TV corner. I love it. Every episode.
Yeah. We get some more of it, don't we? And this is when Ness explains to Dave that they're going to Essex.
When you were sleeping.
It's just a funny little gag.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Dave is just so like combative in this episode. I feel like every little thing he's got to like fight about.
I feel like this is valid from Dave to be like,
but
you should have told me.
But like, why is it a big deal?
Because like this is his fiance, and she's leaving for 2 days, and he didn't. He assumed she was going to be here.
Yeah, like it just feels weird not to communicate that. I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
I guess it's weird to be like super fucking angry about it, but like I think like it's one of those things where like the show wants you to take Nessa's side purely because They don't want you to like Dave from Dave's Coaches, because if you like Dave from Dave's Coaches, you don't give a fuck about Smithy and Nessa, I guess.
Yeah, it definitely does. The show definitely does want you to take a side. But you say, like, you shouldn't get super annoyed about it, or whatever. I can't remember the exact word you use. You shouldn't get, like, really annoyed. But I don't think he does. He's like, oh, right, great. Yeah. Fucking hell. You could have told me.
No, I don't. No, I think his reaction is valid. I just think the show doesn't want you to think that. It's, you know what it reminds me of? You know what it reminds me of? I know, Pierce, you're not as much of a fan of The American Office, but like in The American Office, the character Pam, who's the have you ever seen The American Office, or like not at all?
I know Pam is Dawn in the original Office.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so she starts off the series engaged to Ron. Right?
Yeah, okay.
And like there's a few, like, you're supposed to root for her to dump Ron and start dating Jim. Yep. And she does a few fuck things where, like, she cheats on him and shit like that. And, like, because you're supposed to want to root for Jim and Pam to get together, every time Ron has like a reaction to the fact that Pam is cheating on him, basically emotionally cheating on him with Jim, like, it's framed as if Ron is in the wrong for having that reaction, I guess. Where he's busy, where, like, he'll get jealous that, like, they're flirting, and it's framed as though he's being unreasonable, but, like, she is flirting she is in love with this other man. But because you're supposed to hate Ron, like, it's framed in such a way. And I think it's the same thing where it's like, Dave from Dave's Coaches is, in my opinion, objectively fine in this situation, but you're not supposed to root for Dave from Dave's Coaches. So it's framed in a way where he's like, he's being, like, unreasonable and complaining and shit.
Yeah. There's a similar plot line in the original version of The Office.
I feel like he's just, like, so pissy. Like, this whole, like, he's annoyed that she didn't tell him. But then, like, the whole rest of the next scene, he's, like, so pissy. He's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's, like, just, like, sighing and, like, rolling his eyes and, like, I don't know. Just.
I mean, the scene only lasts for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
I feel like that's fine. I feel like that's, you know, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, you could have told me. And then...
Yeah,
and then, like, a couple of minutes later, he's like, all right, see you later.
I just don't
and he's
see
like
it,
waving him off.
Surely he has his own life and he can entertain himself for, like, 36 hours.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's that big of a deal.
It's not, but, like, it would, like, sort of deflate you a bit, I feel like.
It's not like they had plans, like, oh, we're gonna go for dinner tonight, and, like, something, and then she had just, like, canceled and forgot to tell him. They didn't have plans, and she wanted to go somewhere. Like, I don't think...
Yeah, but he's not, like, shooting the place down. He's not, like, setting fire to the car or anything. He's just a bit annoyed about it, because no one told him.
I think that's fair, but you're not supposed to like him, so I guess it's fucking evil.
Yeah, but there is a point in this scene where he's like, oh, fucking, so I'm not going to be all on my own, am I? And then Neil is like, nah, I'll stay with you, don't worry about it. And I'm pretty sure that this, like, rewired my brain as a kid. Because now I am, like, physically unable to, like, complain that I have to do something all on my own, or I can't be like, does anyone want to do this to a group, unless I first check that every single person in that room is someone I would want to be alone with for the entire time that I'm doing this thing. I have to make sure that I would never want this to happen to me, where I'm stuck with someone that I don't want to be with for an extended period of time.
Why is Dave so anti-Neil, though? Neil seems like a chill guy.
Because he's talking about watching porn with him for, like, a whole weekend.
Okay, well, just say, like, I don't want to watch porn with you. Let's do something else.
Yeah, but that's awkward.
Listen, I don't know what guys do during guy time.
Pierce, confirm. How often do you watch porn with your
maybe
buds?
This is what all guy hangouts are like. I don't know.
Yeah, there's the scene there's a part at the end where, like, Dave from Dave's Coaches says some sarcastic shit, and Stacey like responds to it. And then both Dave and Nessa both Dave from Dave's Coaches and Nessa both go, he was being sarcastic and I was being sarcastic, which is I love the running theme of Nessa explaining shit to Stacey. It's so good. Every time it happens, it's hilarious.
That is a really funny little exchange. I love it so much.
I'm rereading my notes. I think this is why I was, like, so anti-Dave in this scene. It's the way he's, like, not only like, hey, like, what? Like, you didn't tell me? Like, what's the deal with that? It's, like, where he's like, thanks for the invite. We're, like, I just think, I feel like he's, like just assumes that he should be included in this when like these are different social groups. Like I feel like it's one thing. It's one thing to like be annoyed that he wasn't notified about the event. It's another thing to be annoyed that like these like other people didn't want to include him.
I do see your point, but I would also say that Dave is clearly a part of this family. He spent Christmas with them. Like that's a key. I feel like that's a key thing is that he spent Christmas with them.
It's like, okay, Pierce, so if you like 15 minutes before we recorded the podcast, you're like, hey, actually, I have to cancel. I'm going to go hang out with my other friends. I would be annoyed that you canceled the podcast, and I would have the right to be annoyed. I wouldn't have the right to be like, wow, thanks for the invite.
Well, yeah, because you live 60,000 miles away.
Okay, but imagine we didn't. Imagine.
Pierce, you invite us, right?
Okay, all right. I guess we're just going to have to agree to disagree on this because I can't be bothered to continue talking about it, to be honest. But then Gav arrives, and it's lovely vibes. He's congratulating Stacey on the job. It's good shit.
Yeah. Nessa mentions that like this place is like if they get a whiff of an English accent, you're fucking dead. And this reminds me of like my hometown where like there have been a few times where like I've like invited, for example, let's say my father-in-law or something who's more anglophone than francophone, and he said like, yeah, I was in a restaurant and I started speaking English and everybody turned to look at me like it was a fucking horror movie. Or like I don't notice it because I'm from there, so like I didn't notice it until some people started telling me about it. But like if you speak English in my hometown, they will stare at you and like sometimes like ask you to leave and like be like very rude. But like my father-in-law brought this up to me and I was like, I've never noticed them doing this. And then later on we were in a restaurant and he was like, okay, no, look around you when I'm talking. And he like started talking and I looked around and it was very much like like everybody was looking at us and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
That's wild. I hadn't put together like I hadn't noticed the similarities between Wales and the Welsh language and Canada and the French language. Like, there's a lot of similarities there. That's cool.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of. I've noticed a lot of similarities between the two places.
Interesting. Yeah. But then there's the scene of them sort of leaving, and there's one of my favorite lines of the episode where Dave says to Gavin, "Look after my little boy, yeah," and Gav just claps back with, "Of course I will. His dad's my best mate." I cheer every fucking time. It's so good.
I don't even think. Do you think it was like an intentional dig from Gavin? Like, I don't even. I think he was just being like. I
don't think it's not delivered like that at all, is it?
Yeah.
It's like it's very sort of matter of fact. It's not like he's trying to be narky, but you can see it like it fucks up Dave and that just makes me happy.
Very good.
But yeah, then Neil comes out and he's got his porn in a bin bag because that's where you keep it.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's good. You gotta label the bag though, so that people don't go rummaging around in it.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right, we're at Pam and Mix.
Yeah, we are at Power Mix.
With Don and Pete.
Yeah, Don and Pete are there. They're looking for the Indian menu.
I will say, Pete and Don this episode, great performance. I think they they were superb. So good in this, especially in like the drunk scenes. Oh my gosh.
Everyone who ends up at Pam and Mix, all of their performances are incredible. We can get into it a bit later, but so fucking good.
Mick is looking for something, and Pam is like, check the messy drawer, which I think is fun. We call it usually like a drunk. We call it usually a junk drawer here, but I think like everyone has that. Everyone has that. Just drawer of
the messy drawer.
And there is always a yellow, or at least until like 10 years ago, there is always the like yellow pages in there or something, or like
Oh, do you guys also have the yellow pages? I thought I'd have to explain this to you.
No, we have yellow pages.
Yeah, we have yellow pages.
Okay.
I thought it was funny that they're already like, we don't use the yellow pages anymore. It's like we're already in the transitional period.
Yeah, people have started to use the internet for stuff. They're still not using the internet to look up what food they want or order the food, but they're using it to like find phone numbers and stuff.
I'd never heard of this AQA thing. I didn't know what this was.
it's not a real thing. It's not a real thing. Yeah. What I wrote is Pete and Dawn discover ChatGPT 15 years before it was cool.
I think I told you guys this maybe, but we learned recently that my grandma is doing this with ChatGPT. She was like, we were hanging out, and she was like, yeah, no, I got this new app on my phone that like just knows everything. Like I can ask it anything, and it'll tell me the answer. And we're like, oh really? Like what's this app? And she's like, it's called Chat GPT.
Oh bless her. Should we ask Chat GPT, should Pete divorce Dawn, and find out what it says?
Yeah, yes. Fuck it. I'm sure it's just going to be like, that's a reference to Gavin and Stacey.
Yeah.
let's find out. Hang on.
I also really like the wording of it. They didn't ask, should I divorce my wife? Pete asked, should Pete divorce Dawn?
Oh no, it's come back with actual shit. It's oh bloody hell, it's written a fucking essay. This is a big and deeply personal question. Whether Pete should divorce Dawn depends on many factors that only Pete and brackets maybe Dawn can understand.
Maybe Dawn can understand.
ChatGPT is sexist as hell. Here's some things Pete might consider before making such a decision. Like the core issues, emotional health. It's got like bullet points underneath each of those headings.
You know why it said it like that is because you put should Pete divorce Dawn, right? So you're making Pete the active person.
Yeah. If P is unsure, a conversation with a licensed couples therapist or counsellor could help bring clarity. It's okay not to have an immediate answer, but it's important to face the real question head on. So yeah, it's pretty similar. Like it's saying that we should go to therapy and try working at things first.
So somehow Pam and Pete and Dawn had ChatGPT and this year.
There it is. I love how all it took was for someone to tell them that they should try working at things, and then all of a sudden they're the happiest couple on the planet.
It had to be the omnipotent god that is A and Q or whatever the fuck.
I like they're like, we're thinking about renewing our vows, and Pam's like,
they're gonna renew their vows. Yeah.
Really?
But then Mick comes in with a menu and they start deciding what they want, and they're doing the hand thing.
Yeah.
This hand thing is so good. Well, like move their hand around in circles in front of them to like indicate sharing.
Yeah, the hand thing means like we're gonna share it all.
Yeah.
Pam says we can't do what we did last time, which apparently is like order spicy food.
Apparently last time they got like a bunch of spicy shit accidentally.
I like that Mick is like more of a spice fan, which I feel like checks out from Mick. I don't know why. He just gives...
Is he? What when does he say that?
I don't know. He's just like, I don't remember why I wrote that, but I think he's just like he was more like, why? Like, it was fine or something.
Oh yeah, he does say that, doesn't he? He goes like, it wasn't that hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. That does check out. Mick does seem
that
to
feels
be like
him.
someone who could handle a bit of spice. Yeah.
He does say, or someone says jalapenos, and I've written kill yourself.
Yeah, she says jalapenos.
Jalapenos.
But yeah, they all sort of decide what they want, and they call the car. They call the Barry lot to find out what Stacey, Ness, and Gav want.
Yes. Nessa answers with, well, Mick says like, hey, is this Nessa? And she says, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. What's it to you?
Yeah, she's been like deliberately like vague, even though she knows it's Mick.
Yeah,
Gavin told her.
Nessa is very saucy in this conversation, I will say.
yeah, it's good. I like it.
I will say really quick back to the Essex scene. They Pam is annoyed that like last time they ordered Indian food, like everyone's like nose was running and like they're crying and whatever from the spice. I feel like that's how you know you're having good Indian food, is if you're like covered in mucus.
I'm actually not that big of a fan of Indian food, so
no, me neither.
Well, see, I feel like Indian food is really good vegetarian usually, so it's like at an Indian place I can eat usually like 75% of the menu, which is a nice change for me.
I just personally don't fuck with spicy food. Like I am terrible with spice. So like Indian food most of the time will be quite spicy and I can't handle it. But that's a skill issue on my end. I'm sure it's really good.
One of my discussion questions later in my notes was, what's your Indian order? But maybe.
Oh, okay. that's probably not going to go down well.
I like a chana masala personally, and some samosas, and maybe some garlic.
I like chicken curry. If I have to like order Indian food, I'll get a chicken curry.
You said that you were talking about spicy food. I'm also like I like spicy food, but I've realised I recently figured out why I like spicy food, and it's because it makes drinks taste so much nicer. Because when you got like when your like mouth is burning and then you take a massive sip of drink or a massive glug of drink, it's like the best feeling in the world. And like it's like I'm putting myself through pain just to experience the relief. I love that shit, man.
That's why I don't fuck with people who fuck with winter and are like, it's nice because when you get all warmed up after being out in the snow, it feels like, okay, so it's nice because when you're in pain, the good stuff that has nothing to do with winter feels better.
No, I'll tell you what it is, right? In summer, there is no in the summer in the UK at least, there is no fucking relief from it. You don't get any relief. Whereas in winter, you can come inside and warm up.
Yeah. No, I will say we're wired very differently, because when you said I like spicy food because it makes drinks so much better, I thought I was like, oh yeah, me too, because I've just been experimenting with like some mixed drinks that have jalapeno and stuff in them. They're like spicy drinks.
Oh my god, we got the full range of human experience here. My biggest note throughout this whole scene is, oh my god, just put the fucking phone on speakerphone. There's so much back and forth, man.
No. I will never put a phone on speakerphone. Like,
Really?
I hate speakerphone.
Why?
Man.
Explain yourself.
I don't know, it just makes me really uncomfortable. This is very irrational from me, okay. I understand, but it just makes me uncomfortable having my phone on speakerphone. Yeah. Even if like there's no one else nearby.
The part where other people can hear your conversation?
No, it's not even that. Oh my god, this is so nerdy. I think what it is that I know that it's going to make the quality of the audio from my microphone worse. Okay. Because it has to filter out all the like background noise and shit.
Okay.
And the noise from the speaker.
That's very consistent with your very consistent with your character.
Yeah. I'm the exact opposite, where like if I'm on the phone with somebody, I dislike having the phone right next to my ear. The noise just annoys me and it like frustrates me, and it ends up being where like I end up like being irrationally impatient with the person on the other end. Like they'll be like, we're having a conversation, and if it's more than 30 seconds, I'm like, I'm annoyed. I've been told that I'm very rude on the phone, which I don't mean to be.
Wow.
So I'll usually my default is to try to put it on speakerphone, but then when I put it on speakerphone, sometimes the person's like, I can't hear you, and then I have to just very annoyedly take it off speakerphone and just be like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah, but they all sort of decide what they want. I like how Stacey decides what she wants. She's like, oh, I want this. Oh, no, that's boring. Will you laugh at me if I get this? It's like very self-conscious. It's good shit. Very good. Like, it's like what I said at the start, you know, these characters are so concrete. It's a very Stacey thing to do. I like it. And Ness asks for a jamdani hash, some exotic dish that doesn't exist. Love this. It's very Nessa to order something that no one else has even heard of.
And then she's like, I'm gonna go, this is boring me.
Yeah, I love this so much. I love the way she's so blunt. More bluntness from Nessa. Like, this is boring, I'm off. That's it. But after they hang up the phone, we get what is quite possibly the most iconic scene in the entire show. Certainly a fan favourite. I've seen this scene an ungodly amount of times. Smithy comes in, and this is where we get the second callback from the season 1 episode 3. Yes, okay, I was right. Yeah, because in season 1 episode 3, Smithy says, I've got no interest in learning any other language apart from my own. I'm more than happy with English. And he comes in speaking some of the best French I've ever heard.
And you're entitled to think that.
How is Smithy's French? Please let us know.
May, rate the
Listen,
quality.
It started off pretty well. When he was like, bonjour mes amis, I was like, oh! But then he kept going. And I was like, look, it's for someone who's in this canonically right now, he's learning this for the first time. So it's pretty good for that. I will say though, it's very like if I heard this, I'd be like, oh, this guy's from England.
It's so good. Oh, we haven't said the thing yet. We haven't said the thing yet. May, say it in French.
C'est français. So he says, bonjour mes amis, comment allez-vous? Je m'appelle Smithy, which is like, hello my friends, how are you guys? My name is Smithy, which is very nice. And then then I was very happy, and then he kept going. Very nice. He then says, this one he fucks up, and this is why I said like you can tell that like he's still learning, because like the first sentence wasn't that bad. I think like when you're learning French for the first time, there is like a period of time where like I can't understand what the fuck you're trying to say. And like there wasn't any of that during the entire time he was talking. The second sentence, he kind of fucks it up though. He says, Quoi est la date de ton anniversaire? Which what he's trying to say is like, what's your birthday? But like, quoi translates to what? And that's just not how you say it. You say like, quelle est la date de ton anniversaire?
No, he does say quelle. He says, quelle est la date de ton anniversaire?
He says quoi, not quelle.
He says quelle. He says quelle.
Okay, well, he fucked up because it's quelle, not quelle.
Okay.
You don't pronounce the U. So that's what I mean is that, like, for the first sentence, he, like, knocks it out of the park where I know what he's trying to say and he just, like, has a slight accent.
Right,
I give that one, like, an 8 or 9 out of 10. Second sentence,
oh, shit.
I don't know what the fuck, like, it took a while for me to be like, what the fuck is he trying to say? And it's because he was like, it's because of the word anniversaire that I was like, oh, he's probably asking her, like, what her birthday is.
I've been so excited to get to this scene ever since this bit evolved way back in season 1. That's French bit.
Yeah.
But then we have Smithy's order and Smithy's breakdown. And during Smithy's breakdown, there's like a couple of really funny lines in this. I'm just going to rattle them off because like he says unexpectable, which is like he says it's unexpectable to eat your own food. Unexpectable is just the funniest way to say that. He also, the way he says am I wrong a couple of times is really fucking good.
And then waits for like a response.
Yeah. And he gets it as well. He gets the response. Is like it just works so well. And the last one that I have noted down is the fact that he says I went for a Chinese with Chinese and his missus.
It feels, and I know it's like annoying when people say stuff like this sometimes because I think it does discount like what actors do, but it does feel like this is just James Corden letting loose a little bit, doesn't it? Like
it does, and people have asked him this. People have asked him like whether this is him letting loose, and he's unequivocally said that no, he is the exact opposite of this, and he is like food for the table kind of person. He wants a sharing platter.
Yeah, I was the other reason I was wondering that was because it ends up being, sorry, spoilers for the rest of the episode, it ends up being him and Nessa that both do this, and like them being the two writers on the show was kind of funny.
It's really fucking funny, isn't it? So even though that's I don't know who wrote this, whether it was a combination of both James and Ruth, just James or just Ruth, but it's just really fucking good writing.
Yeah, no, it's really good. Yeah.
But yeah, the Barry lot arrives a bit later on. And Stacey wants to have sex with Gab before the food arrives.
Insane.
It's crazy.
Insane to do that at your in-laws' house with the baby in the same room.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that later.
To be fair, just this first part, they've done this. They've done this before though. Like,
yeah, that's true. They have had sex in this house before many times.
True.
I love how Gav is like, come on, we're not going to be able to do it twice. Like, they've already ordered. And she's like, don't flatter yourself, Gav. Come on. But the way she says it, she's not even doing it to be mean. Like, the way she says it with so much love.
Yeah.
I find it's really hilarious.
Yeah.
Pam comes out and she greets Gavin and Stacey. And she calls Gavin her little prince. But then she calls Stacey the Princess of Wales, which is so cute. I know she's
lovely,
drunk off her ass right now. But that's really cute.
It's adorable, isn't it? I just love this entire episode, man. It's so fucking good. She's absolutely bladdered. And she says she's had some wines.
Yeah, I like that too.
And then Smithy comes out. And it's good to see Smithy's priorities are in order, right? Like, he's mainly excited to see Neil the baby. And Gav is just a bonus at this point. Like, the first thing he does is go over to Neil the baby.
Yeah, it's very cute. I wonder how often, because, like, there's definitely, like, this show isn't, how do I explain myself here? This show isn't like every episode directly follows the last. Like, there are weeks in between each episode, sometimes days, sometimes weeks and shit.
Yeah.
I wonder how often he sees his kid outside of these episodes, if ever. Because if that's the only time he's seen his baby since the baby was born, then that's like pretty sad. I wish he would see the baby more often.
Yeah. Maybe Smithy should move to Wales.
Well, we had the christening last episode, so he's definitely he saw him then.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's maybe it's only been 2 weeks since the christening episode, like we said earlier in the podcast. So I feel like that would be acceptable. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's basically what they set up last episode, yeah.
So yeah, they go inside and Gavin and Stacey try to sneak off for their quickie, but Gav's get pulled away by everyone else, and before they can do anything, the Indian arrives.
Which makes sense. I don't know why Stacey expected anything different. Like, they haven't seen
I know,
him
right?
in fucking weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
And she expected that, like, they'd be able to just quickly have sex upstairs before the food arrived.
It's just not going to happen. And then when they can't go upstairs, she's like, all right, downstairs toilet, let's fucking go.
So terrible.
It's like, no.
It's just not going to happen, man. But yeah, as I say, Indian arrives and they're dishing it up.
Yeah, hell yeah.
There's a moment where Pam knocks a glass of wine over. It's very like, it's blink and you'll miss it. It's a nothing thing. But it is included in the episode. And I'm convinced that it wasn't scripted. Because Alison Steadman, the actress who plays Pam, I'm like, the way she knocks it over and like reacts to it is so natural. Like, it looks like the actress actually just knocked over a glass of wine and they just made it a part of the episode. It could just be, like, of course, that she's just an amazing actor, but it does really seem, like, so fucking legit the way it happens. But then, yeah, they're all eating, and Nessa's eating with her hands, which I'm pretty sure is, like, how they traditionally do it in India, right?
I fucking love eating with my hands. Anytime a food can be eaten with your hands, to me, it's like, it adds, like, if I'm rating a food 80%, like, if I'm like, oh, I like this food an 8 out of 10, it becomes a 9 out of 10 because I get to eat it with my hands.
I actually would not have guessed that about you.
Neither would I.
Really?
No, but interestingly, I also have a similar thing. Like, but not consciously. Like, I remember in a group chat that we're all in a while ago, I was having a chat with someone where I was talking about how I prefer burritos to enchiladas, or like I was saying that I don't like enchiladas because you can't eat them with your hands, and like it's like, why not just put the sauce inside and then it's a burrito and then you can eat it with your hands? Like, it's just better.
It's not that you were saying that you preferred burritos to enchiladas that was the issue. It was that you said, I don't get the point of enchiladas because you can't eat them with your hands.
That's true. Yeah, that's...
It's the funniest thing you've ever said.
I mean, yeah, I do agree with that. Like, they are pointless. Like, you can just have it inside and have it be a more convenient thing to eat. Why not?
It's yummy. It's good. It's a good...
Yeah, exactly. But it's still going to be yummy even if the sauce or whatever is inside the burrito. No?
But it's... Okay, so the process of making an enchilada is, like, you put the fillings in, and then you put it in a pan, and then you cover it with sauce, and then you bake it. So, like, it's a different food. Like, if the sauce was inside the burrito, it would be a different, like... So are you saying, like... Because if you put the sauce inside the burrito, and then put it in the pan, and then cook it, it's going to be almost just as messy as if the sauce is outside the burrito. Like, you're still not going to eat that with your hands.
No, because you can still pick it. You can...
It would be melty and saucy all over the place, though. If it had the same amount of sauce as the enchilada does, it's just more sauce. There's no way you can have that amount of sauce. There's no way you can have that amount of sauce and it all be inside the burrito.
Right, okay. So this is what... Because I feel like I won the argument last time. Was it you that I had the argument with? I feel like I won.
It was like you against like 5 people all telling you to kill yourself.
Okay. I still fucking feel like I won because no one made that point about there being so much sauce that you couldn't fit it inside the burrito. If you'd made that point back then yeah, okay, that's valid. You got that much sauce. But why not? Okay, hang on, counterpoint. Why not just have it in like a bowl that you can dip it in?
Wait, okay, so pitch this food to me.
Okay, so it's a burrito with like a marinara sauce or whatever it is.
What you're saying is, so you have the burrito and then you dip it into the sauce and eat it.
Yeah.
But it's not a cooked. It's different. It's different. It's we're getting warmer, but it's not a cooked. It's not a cooked food. Like we're talking about a hot dish.
Yeah, but burritos are hot. Like, inside they're hot. Okay, so the tortilla isn't hot. That's the issue.
Yeah. There's no way to make an enchilada. It's not messy. You're destroying the essence of the enchilada. I guess so you're saying you could cook the burrito and cook the sauce and then, like, separately, like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, that's like okay, sure. So one way you could do an enchilada that would be less messy and maybe more worthwhile to Pierce would be cook your sauce, and then in a separate pan, cook your burritos, and then each bite you dip the burrito into the sauce.
Whatever, man. I think enchiladas are pointless.
I'm just saying, cereal would be a lot better if we had the milk and the cereal separate, and then I took a spoon, I took some cereals on there, and I just dipped it in the milk. Is that what you're saying, Pierce?
I'll tell you what, right?
You're joking,
you say that,
but I believe that.
Yeah, recently, I've been, instead of having a bowl of cereal, like, because I'm trying to eat less, I'll just have like a handful of cereal, put it in my mouth, and then take a swig of milk. And it's fucking great.
Just have the dried cereals, man.
No, dried cereal is also good, don't get me wrong. But dried cereal plus a glug of milk, that shit goes down a treat.
I don't know about all that.
Alright, fucking, let's talk about Gavin and Stacey. Pete comes back in, and he's got his hat. Is Peter Sutcliffe loves golf. I'm pretty sure this is a serial killer joke, since this is Peter and not Pete, because the serial killer is called Peter Sutcliffe.
Okay.
Very nice.
But then it's later in the night. Everyone's drinking. Pam and Gav are having a chugging contest. Pam wins.
And Pam wins.
Yeah. Who absolutely smashes him as well.
Yeah.
I love the set dressing in this. Like, Pete is already or like the costuming or whatever it is, because Pete already looks like an absolute mess. It's so fucking funny.
So they're all like kind of partying and shit. Like, everybody's kind of like they're getting more drunk, and this is exactly what I meant when I said like Pete and Dawn in this episode. They're good throughout this episode, but like their drunk acting is so both of them is real, so fucking good.
Not just from them, from everyone, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stacey goes to take Neil the baby to bed, and she's like, fucking Gav,
wink,
come
wink.
on, you want to come with me? And Gavin's just like, nah, I'm alright, don't worry about it. She's like, Gav, come on. And he's like, oh, that's what we're doing. So they go up together, but Smithy takes Neil the baby to bed for them.
Yeah,
which is cute.
But also foiled Stacey's plan.
Yeah, foiled Stacey's plan to get laid.
The whole group starts talking about like maybe going out for a smoke. And this feels like maybe, Pierce, the reason you made the podcast in the first place was to convince us to smoke by showing us this scene.
What?
Because it's the most like, you guys should smoke scene I've ever seen in my fucking life. The way everybody's like, oh my god, we should go smoke. You might as well have used that fucking scene in like a Philip Morris ad.
It's hilarious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hence, I might fancy a fag.
She hasn't smoked since 1989.
1981, but okay.
Come on now.
I'll tell you what, man. Drunk Pam is just hilarious. Like, Mick is like, come on, Pam, you don't smoke. And she's just like, I know, but I just fancy it. Like, leave me alone. Get off my fucking back. It's so good. Oh, she's so real.
It's the way when they're leaving as well, like, Dawn, like, she, like, trips over something.
Yeah.
And she falls down, and, like, somebody calls her out on it, and she's like, oh, shut the fuck up, you fucking buzzkill.
It's so good, man. It's so realistic. It's so good. So everyone goes outside for a fag.
I liked some people were just born to smoke, and I wrote here's quoted.
I don't even smoke.
I know. But like once a week you're writing in the chat like nicotine is the best thing I've ever heard in my life. I've never had in my life.
Nicotine is the best thing I've ever had in my life.
Once a week, Pierce will just like write in the chat. He'll just be like, guys, you know what's fucking insane? Nicotine.
You sent us that TikTok the other day that was like, have you ever had a cigarette so good that it's better than like 2 years of your life or something?
Yeah, it was someone said I've had cigarettes that are better than years of my life, and I was like, oh my god, that's so real. Like,
I've said this to you
for clarity, I use an e-cigarette, a vape, if you will.
I've said this to Pierce before, but he is like the equivalent of like what your mom would think peer pressure is.
But then Smithy comes out and he's like laughing because everyone's smoking, even people who don't smoke are smoking, and and there's the moment where Pam is like, "Come on, Smithy, let's do some shots," and Smithy just shouts, "Shots!" and everyone just goes fucking mental. Like Mess is going, they're all just shouting. They start doing the conga.
And Pete has like some trouble getting inside.
Oh my god, the dude can barely fucking move, man. But then it's later in the evening, everyone's dancing, and did we notice what Mick was wearing in this scene?
No.
Okay. No?
Like some sort of woman's t-shirt. Some sort of woman's shirt.
Okay.
And did we notice what Nessa was wearing?
Oh my gosh, did they switch shirts?
They switched shirts. Nessa was wearing Mick's shirt, and Mick was wearing Nessa's shirt.
Amazing.
That's fun.
And then Stacey comes down.
She's like asking them to like shut the fuck up. Because of the baby, and both Nessa and Smithy are like, no, he's fine. He's not gonna wake up. He's
come on. He's like me. He is sleeping, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Trailer park.
Yeah.
And then she's like, all right, well, Gavin, come have sex with me. Let's go.
Yeah, basically.
You and me.
Yeah.
It's time.
They go upstairs. It's time. They go
in front
upstairs.
of the baby, please.
This is what I'm saying, right? Like, I don't think I'd be fucking when there's a baby. Not only just a baby in the room, a fully awake baby in the room. We see Neil the baby and he's awake.
I feel like some people, especially when like the kids are like too young to even like know what's happening, like some people are more like, I don't know, I guess open with their kids than other people. But like, this isn't even your baby. Like, what?
Yeah, exactly. It's not even their baby, man.
Yeah, it's not like it couldn't have waited. Like, it's just because she absolutely wants to do it twice a day. She's being like ritualistic with it, but like logically could have waited.
Yeah, exactly. Stacey is very she really wants to like try and get pregnant as much as she possibly can. It's but yeah, Gavin fucking passes out before he can even get his pants off. And we go to the next morning, and this is an amazing sequence. This at the start of the day. So Gavin's phone buzzes.
Yeah.
He wakes up and reads his text and he's shocked about it. Like he's like, "Oh my god, fucking!" And he wakes up Stacey and shows Stacey the text. And then Stacey immediately starts texting someone after reading the text because she's in a panic as well.
Yeah.
And then we cut to Nessa's phone, which goes off because it's got a message from Stacey. She wakes up, reads the text, and then it just pans over, and Smithy is there in bed with her, with his phone in his hand, clearly having just texted Gav, like, I just woke up in bed with Nessa.
Oh, okay. So because I was trying to read the text to like find out what it was. So I guess the text is that that Smithy texted Gavin. Smithy texted Gavin.
Yep. Gavin, like, he's texted Gavin, like, I've just woken up in bed with Nessa, or whatever he said. And we don't ever see the text. And Gavin shows the phone to Stacey. Stacey texts Nessa, presumably saying, "Are you in bed with Smithy? What's the fuck's going on?" She reads it and turns over, and she's like, "Oh shit, I'm in bed with Smithy."
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure that, like, I didn't get the part where, like, Smithy had been the one to I thought this was like I wonder what this text says.
I wanted to ask you, because I was pretty sure that that's what was being implied. I wasn't sure if it was, like, what we were supposed to get was that Smithy had started the text chain, or that, like, he had simultaneously got a text from someone else. Like, everyone was texting everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah. I thought it was implying that Gavin had then also texted whatever he had received to Smithy.
Yeah, no, it's Smithy started the text chain, and it went to Gavin, who went to Stacey, who went to Smith, who went to Nessa. It's just the best.
Can we see at all the text? Is it just that I'm like blind? Okay, cool. Because like I spent so long trying to read it. It's like it shows it sort of on the screen. I thought it was like you're supposed to be able to read it.
We never see the text, but Smithy and Nessa spent the night together. Wonder what they got up to.
I thought I'd be more surprised.
Oh, really?
It like panned over to Smithy, and I was like, I am not at all surprised.
I feel like they probably just like did each other's nails and like,
Yeah, that makes sense. But that is the end. Like Smithy just goes morning and it cuts the credits.
Yeah.
Do we have any predictions about next episode or the rest of the season?
Yes. I think Smithy is at some point going to move to Wales.
That's you saying that earlier in the episode made me think of that too. Like now I'm convinced that like by the end of the show he's going to move to Wales as well.
Because there's not very much at this point, now that Gavin's gone, there's not very much tying him to Essex. Like there's
Lucy, isn't there? There's Lucy.
Oh,
Who gives a fuck about Lucy? Come on. French bitch.
There's Lucy. I feel like, there's Rudy, but I feel like they've got more of like they've got a relationship where like they're more casual. Like it feels like that relationship could be maintained over that distance, where it does feel like he's much more emotionally reliant on Gavin.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then obviously he's got his baby.
Nessa's gonna call off the wedding and Smithy's gonna move to Wales. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and do you think that's gonna happen next episode?
No. By the end of the series.
Okay. So where do you think Smithy's gonna get his own place in Wales, or do you think he's gonna live with like Bryn or Gwen?
Bryn. I think he's gonna live with Bryn.
Okay.
And he's gonna make up. And if he does it before Nessa cancels her engagement, I think personally he's gonna make up some dumb excuse for it. Yeah, I just want to work out with Bryn or some shit. I'm just doing it so I can work out with my best man.
He has got that gym, and they are besties. They've established that in series 2. All right, that's pretty good. But on that bombshell, it is time for 3 good things. For those of you who might not know, at the end of each episode, we each like to share a good thing that's happened to us recently and just leave the episode on a high note. Who's going first?
I feel like we need to like draw straws for this.
Ari, go first.
Okay. I got through 1 week at my new job without getting fired.
Hell yeah! How was the first week?
Really good. Yeah. I'm enjoying it. It's mostly like training stuff and like new job stuff so far. But
did you get a welcome pack?
Did I get a welcome pack? Not that was called like a welcome pack.
Gift basket?
I just sat on like a Zoom meeting with HR for like 6 hours the first day, and they went over everything.
That does not sound fun.
No, and then I guess the 2025 version of the welcome pack is I had like a dozen things in the online portal that I had to fill out, like all the emergency contacts and all the HR.
Yeah.
Did any of your family members show up to your workplace, bringing you like some sort of arrangement of sandwiches?
A smorgasbord of sandwiches. May, what's your good thing?
I've been playing Sims, having a good time.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. And you haven't shut up about it. I've known this about you for a while.
It's good. It's fun.
You mentioned to me before that I can't play Sims on your account or something because I'll fuck up the way you play it.
You can't play on my game. Yeah.
Yeah. But what is this specific way that you play Sims? Because I've never asked you this.
Oh yeah, no, this is really interesting. Explain this.
I think if I'm being genuine here, I think if I explained it to you, it would take at least 20 minutes.
May, can I explain? Can I explain the way I'm pretty sure you play Sims?
Yeah, let's do it. I'll tell you if you're right.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure what May does is like she started a family of Sims in like the 17th century or something. And, like, obviously, like, Sims time moves really fast. So she's moving the Sims through, like, the centuries, like, generations of this family. So she started out with, like, only, like, 17th century furniture and only 17th century, like, personality traits and things.
Yeah,
right.
And that is true. I do do that. It's called the Decades Challenge, which, like, and it starts in 1890, and then it just, like, goes on to modern day. But that's not, like, I'm saying, like, the specific way I control my Sims and the specific way I make decisions for my Sims is it's insane. It's fucking crazy. But yeah.
Is it not possible for you to give me the 30-second version of how you do it?
I can try. So
I might have shot myself in the foot.
I basically like the 30-second version is there's a lot that I'm leaving out.
Okay.
Here's what's your good thing.
My good thing is that over the last couple of days I've been really enjoying working on a new project.
Hell yeah.
I guess I could talk about it. It's like basically a journaling app or a journaling website. I've told you guys about it. Very early days yet, so I won't say too much because there's a good chance it will never end up being made. But it's just a journaling website thing because there were no journaling apps that I really vibed with. So I started making my own. But yeah, if you do want to like keep track of it, you can head over to leafly.website. That's leafly.website, which is the URL. And if it ever gets done, that's where it will be. And there's like a Blue Sky link on that page as well, which you can go and follow.
Have you come into any major problems yet?
Not yet, because I'm only doing the easy stuff at the moment. Like I'm just working on like the UI. I have like a plan of how I'm gonna, because I want it to be encrypted, like end-to-end encrypted, so like even I won't be able to see what the journal entries are that are saved on the server. So that's going to be complicated. But I have a plan on how to do it. It's just a case of whether I actually can. But even if I don't finish it, it's just been fun. Like I've been having a good time working on it, getting some like stuff coded and stuff. It's exciting.
Yeah. That's cool.
yeah. But thank you ever so much for listening. If you'd like to keep up with the show, you can find us on TikTok, Instagram, and Blue Sky at Fishing Trip Files. Or if you ever want to get in touch, roast us for our bad takes, or give us yours, you can email us at tftf@anotherhappystudios.com. If you want to help the show out, we'd love it if you could leave us a review or rating on your podcast platform of choice. Those things really do help us out. And once again, this podcast is produced by Another Happy Studio, so please do check out all the other wonderful stuff from them if you haven't already by going to anotherhappystudios.com. But for now, we'll see you on the Wednesday after next at 10 a.m. with the next episode, and as we always say, au revoir.
Adios.
Rock and roll.